Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For as long as many of us can remember, the streets of Port Charles have been run by the shadows of the criminal underworld. We have spent countless afternoons watching the mob drama unfold, holding our breath as our favorite characters navigated danger, turf wars, and those dark, stormy nights down on the docks. It became the absolute bread and butter of the show, didn't it? But hold on to your hats, ladies, because things are taking a massive, unprecedented turn. If someone had told me a year ago that the mob would be packing up its bags and fading into the background, I would have said they were pulling my leg. Yet, here we are standing on the precipice of a brand new era for our beloved town, and the changes coming our way are nothing short of monumental. It all really started with Jason Morgan. When Jason finally came back to us, released from that awful captivity, we could all see that something inside him had fundamentally shifted. He was not just the same old enforcer, ready to do whatever it took for the business. The trauma and the time away changed his heart in a profound way. He looked at his life, looked at the dangerous path he had walked for decades, and realized that his true north was not the mob anymore. It was his family, specifically his boy Danny. Jason made the incredibly brave and difficult choice to step away from the criminal life because he desperately wants to be a better role model for his son. As a mother and a grandmother, watching a man choose his child over his pride and his past is just so deeply moving. It warms the heart to see that kind of redemption playing out right before our eyes. And that beautiful decision has created a ripple effect that is touching the most stubborn man in town. In the episode that aired on August the 6th, we witnessed a moment that I honestly thought we would never see in a million years. Sonny Corinthos sat down with his son, Dante Falconeri, and they had a heart-to-heart that just left me completely speechless. Sonny was reflecting on Jason's choice to put Danny first, and you could see the wheels turning in his head. He told Dante that he understood exactly why Jason was walking away. But then, Sonny dropped the bombshell of the century. He looked his son in the eye and confessed that he too is ready to leave the mob behind for good. Goodness gracious, you could have knocked me over with a feather. Just imagine the absolute shock washing over Dante in that moment. Bless his heart, Dante has spent his entire adult life walking a terrifying tightrope. On one side, he is a sworn police officer, dedicated to upholding the law and protecting the innocent citizens of Port Charles. On the other side, he is the son of the most notorious mob boss in the city. The emotional toll that is taken on him over the years is simply immeasurable. To hear his father finally say that he is putting an end to the madness must have felt like a massive, heavy boulder was suddenly lifted from his shoulders. But at the same time, Dante knows better than anyone that you do not just hand in your resignation to the underworld. The shock on his face was a complex mix of profound relief and deep, lingering fear for what comes next. And Dante is only the beginning. When the rest of Sonny's loved ones catch wind of this monumental decision, the shockwaves are going to be felt from the busy halls of the hospital all the way to the top floor of the Metro Court. Think about Carly, who has spent her entire life trying to untangle herself from the dangers of Sonny's business, only to be pulled back in time and time again. Think about his daughters and his other children who have had to grow up with security guards and the constant looming threat of violence. For Sonny to finally wake up and smell the coffee, to realize that his family is worth more than any territory or power, is a true turning point. It is a testament to the fact that it is never ever too late for a person to change their ways and seek a more peaceful path in their golden years. Now, as Sonny and Jason step out of the shadows, the writers are steering the whole show in a completely different direction. We are officially saying goodbye to the heavy mob storylines that have dominated our screens for decades. And we are saying hello to the high-stakes, thrilling world of the World Security Bureau, or the WSB as we all know it. We have already been seeing little hints and whispers of this shift, with more and more drama centering around the agency and its complex web of secrets. It is a huge pivot, swapping out local mob wars for international spy games and government intrigue. I know change can be hard, and some folks might miss the old days, but I truly believe this is going to breathe a fresh, exciting new life into the show. It feels like opening the windows and letting a crisp, cool breeze sweep through the town. Let us take a moment to really think about what a WSB-focused general hospital looks like. For years, the mob stories gave us a very specific kind of tension. It was always about local territory, family betrayals, and shootouts in the warehouse district. But the WSB, That brings a grand global scale to our little town of Port Charles. It means we are going to see more encrypted files, hidden identities, undercover missions, and perhaps the return of some classic espionage villains. It is a more sophisticated, polished kind of danger. As viewers, we are going to have to pay close attention to every little detail because in the spy world, nothing is ever exactly as it seems. I think it is a brilliant move to keep us on our toes after all these years of watching the same families fight over the same city blocks. However, with this new focus on the WSB, there is a very dark cloud gathering on the horizon, and it just breaks my heart to share this piece of news with you all. According to the latest spoilers floating around from the soap opera network, our time with Jack Brennan is drawing to a tragic close. The word on the street is that Jack is going to be killed off this coming fall. The writers are using his character's untimely demise to really kickstart this massive WSB storyline and show us just how dangerous this new world is going to be. It is a harsh, brutal reminder that the spy game plays for keeps, and absolutely nobody is truly safe when the Bureau is involved in the storyline. Oh, my heart just aches for Nina Reeves when I think about this impending tragedy. Poor Nina has been through the ringer so many times, searching for love, searching for loyalty, and just wanting someone to stand by her side without hidden motives. Lately, we have watched her and Jack Brennan grow so remarkably close. They have been strategizing together, leaning on one another, and you could just feel the warm sparks of a genuine romance starting to catch fire. She finally found a true confidant in him, someone she could trust in a town where she often feels so isolated and judged. To know that this budding relationship is going to be ripped away from her so violently is just devastating. I just want to reach right through the television screen and give her a big, comforting hug. She is going to need all the strength she can muster to get through this coming grief. But let us circle back to Sonny, because his journey to a peaceful retirement is certainly not going to be a walk in the park. As the old saying goes, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Walking away from a lifetime of organized crime is going to paint a massive, glowing target right on his back. There are always ambitious, ruthless people waiting in the wings, eager to take down the king and claim his throne for themselves. Sonny is going to have to face some incredibly dangerous challenges to finally close this dark chapter of his life. He will have to outsmart his enemies one last time, ensuring that his exit does not bring a storm of vengeance down upon the very family he is trying so desperately to protect. Yet, despite all the danger, I have an abundance of faith in our Sonny. If anyone can navigate this treacherous path and come out the other side intact, it is him. And just imagine the beautiful, serene life waiting for him once the dust finally settles. A life where he can actually relax, sit on his porch, and watch his grandchildren grow up without looking over his shoulder every 5 minutes. He can pour all of his energy into his legitimate businesses, maybe even expanding his coffee imports, and just enjoy the simple, everyday blessings that he has taken for granted for so long. It is a beautiful vision of redemption, a chance for a man who has lived by the sword to finally lay it down and embrace the warmth of his family's unconditional love. The poetic beauty of Sonny and Jason making this monumental transition together is just not lost on me. These two men have been through heaven and hell together over the decades. They built an empire side by side, fighting battles, keeping each other's darkest secrets, and protecting each other when no one else in the world would. For them to both reach this profound realization at the exact same time, that family is the only thing that truly matters in this short life, is such a fitting end to their underworld saga. They are stepping out of the darkness and into the light, hand in hand as true brothers. It is a powerful, emotional message that growth and change are always possible, no matter how much history you have holding you back. As we look toward the fall season, the landscape of General Hospital is going to look vastly different. But oh, how exciting it is going to be. We will shed our tears for the painful losses, like poor Jack Brennan, and we will hold our breath as Sonny fights his way to true freedom. But most importantly, we will be right here together, experiencing every single twist and turn as a community. The dramatic shift from mobsters to secret agents is a bold leap, and I, for one, cannot wait to see where this incredible journey takes our favorite Port Charles residents. So keep your tissues handy, keep your coffee cups full, and keep your eyes peeled, because the next chapter is shaping up to be an absolutely unforgettable ride